Welcome to SVG-TV News for Thursday, July 12th, 2018. I am Rochelle Batiste with the details. A call has been made for more portable toilet facilities to be placed in capital Kingstown during the carnival season. This call came from Annette Bergin, a representative of the Public Health Department, as she spoke with SVG-TV News today, discussing the challenges the department faces in getting the capital clean up after the carnival activities. Bergin said members of the department were out in their numbers after the major shows to remove garbage from the streets of Kingstown. However, she added that the stench of urine poses another challenge.
The people urinate anywhere, because this year I find you will be walking in the middle of the street, you will be walking up back street, in the middle of the road, and you're smelling urine. You're walking down Bay Street, especially after the Monday Jam, the Juve, and things. I find the streets were very stink with the urine. Like persons jumping in the van and once rain wet them, you know, they wet and they pee. So the place just stink. And it is hard. It is hard because even though we disinfect, you come back a few hours later and it's there again.
Bergin said the problem is a serious one and called on persons to use public bathrooms where available.
Probably need to put more, what they call them, portable toilets in town during the carnival season. They need to do something like that. And put more temporary toilets for persons to use. They put a few, but I don't think they put enough. And people themselves need to just try to utilize the toilets that are there, because a lot of people don't utilize them. People don't even want to pay just $1 to use a toilet. Sometimes they would allow you if you don't have the dollar. Just go to use the toilets instead of just peeing anywhere. The public health officer said though they understand that the number of persons in capital Kingstown for the carnival season will increase the volume of garbage generated by vendors and patrons, there are ways to keep things under control. Maybe Tongue would need to start requesting that government get vendors get large garbage bags for their personal garbage, for the garbage from the stuff that they are using, instead of throwing everything in the gutter and on the sidewalk. Because every single morning, the place is in a state, every morning. And you know, you had to have trucks and skips placed, and it is really terrible around this time with the garbage situation. Chief Environment Health Officer Neri James says the buildup of garbage in the capital is a serious health problem and appeals for the cooperation of all stakeholders to keep Kingstown clean. James, who was speaking with SVG-TV News earlier today at the waterfront behind the Agriculture Input Warehouse in Kingstown, said there are several informal structures where human activities takes place. He added that these structures do not have adequate means of storing and removing garbage, and some resort to dumping their garbage nearby.
The basic service that is required is not being provided here. Hence, waste and human activities that are taking place here. And these things will be contrary to practices. So the best thing that could happen here is for the shacks them to be removed. But before that, persons should stop littering this site.
The Chief Environment Officer said the constant dumping of waste breeds pests and added costs for the department to deal with.
We are seeing rats here. We are seeing roaches here. We do have a program where we bathe here, and from time to time we may spray. But no matter how much work we do, because persons are depositing waste here, we have to do it on a weekly basis. This costs a lot. This costs a lot. So I am asking all stakeholders to be on board. This is where we live. This is where we work.
James called on all stakeholders to pay more attention in keeping their surroundings clean.
Persons to do the best thing. Do not use this site to dispose of your waste. We are also asking persons who have built their shacks here, make sure that whatever you do here is formalized.
Also weighing in on the issue of garbage dumping in capital Kingstown was Chief Executive Officer of the SVG Tourism Authority, Glen Beach, who says that while St. Vincent and the Grenadines continues to improve as a tourism destination, the cleanliness of the capital still leaves much to be desired. Beach added that while he understands that persons must make a living plying their trade in the capital, a conscious effort must be made to keep the environment clean.
I think there's certain things we need to get straight in St. Vincent and the Grenadines moving forward. Customer service is still a big issue. I do think Kingstown needs a serious cleaning up. And I don't say that because of the tourism aspect. I think it's something we need to do more for ourselves more than anything. And before anybody says this, I want everybody to make $1. But we have to decide how we're going to do it. Are we going to make that dollar at the expense of making $2, $3, $4, $5? It's a matter of finding the balance and putting everything in place. I think we've come so far now.
The St. Vincent and the Grenadines Red Cross Society will host a regional symposium here tomorrow under the theme Building Community Resilience to Mitigate the Impacts of Climate Change in the Caribbean. The symposium is part of the Society's 70th anniversary activities and is aimed to strengthen sub-regional interconnectivity and awareness, leading to the development of a sub-regional response strategy. It is also intended to sensitize the leadership of the Red Cross movement in the Caribbean of the threats associated with the impacts of climate change and to examine how national societies could partner with government and non-state actors to formulate the most efficient response to natural hazards. At the symposium to be held at the NIS conference room from 8 a.m., presentations will be made by local environmentalists Dr. Reynold Murray, Dr. David Farrell of the Caribbean Institute for Hydrology, and Indigo Marina, head of the Disaster and Crisis Unit at the Regional Office of the Americas of the International Red Cross. Participants will be drawn from government ministries, NGOs, and private sector organizations and medical universities. The symposium will also be joined by regional and international presidents and directors general of national societies and International Federation of Red Cross and the Red Crescent Societies. St. Vincent and the Grenadines is among 10 Caribbean countries stand to benefit from a USAID-funded local capacity for local solutions project. The project, which was launched in Guyana on Tuesday, is aimed at improving managerial and organizational capacity of non-governmental organizations. United States Ambassador to Guyana, Perry Holloway, says the $8 million initiative represents an ongoing partnership with Guyana and the 9 other countries in the Eastern and Southern Caribbean. The project seeks to strengthen the managerial, organizational, and administrative capacities of NGOs working in the areas of youth and citizen security, HIV and AIDS, and environmental resilience, as well as those that address poverty alleviation, economic empowerment, and work with marginalized populations. The project is also being implemented in Antigua, Dominica, Grenada, St. Lucia, St. Kitts and Nevis, Barbados, Trinidad and Tobago, Suriname, and Guyana in collaboration with the Caribbean Policy Development Center and the University of the West Indies School of Continuing Studies. Minister of Education Sinclair Jimmy Prince says the ministry considers teacher education of critical importance and continues to provide avenues for the advancement of teachers nationwide. Minister Prince, who was speaking at the launch of the Canadian Teacher Federation annual summer program, said teachers have the potential to transform lives and the ministry is working to ensure they have the tools to do so.
We have over the years been encouraging our teachers to see themselves as game changers, as agents of transformation rather than just workers. Of course, we still have people who say they want something to do, even if it's teaching. That sometimes gets my heart down. But fortunately, that's not the majority. At this time, the ministry is involved in a series of educational projects designed to help teachers improve their knowledge, pedagogical skills, and overall professional development. I speak here of the OECS USAID Early Learners Program, the Global Partnership for Education, OECS Education Support Project, and the SVG-TV Training Development Project, to mention just a few. Each of these projects has a component for teacher training and professional development. In the case of TVET, a few teachers are currently at tertiary institutions in Jamaica and Trinidad and Tobago completing degree programs in that area.
The youth of St. Vincent and the Grenadines can look forward to a fun-filled and educational summer through the RSVG Police Force 2018 summer programs. The programs, which include the Police Band, the Pan Against Crime, the Police Youth and the Coast Guard program, were launched today at the Police Headquarters Conference Room. These programs seek to provide an alternative to antisocial behavior as well as to aid in the personal development of the youth. Sergeant Vaughn Miller, attached to the police band, has said their program has so far aided in the development of over 700 youngsters over the years. Sergeant Miller said this year students can look forward to a hands-on learning experience from police and civilian musicians.
Provide free tutoring in the theoretical and practical aspect of music by members of the police force band. Lectures and open discussion also will be held. From time to time, we will be having persons from the Ministry of Health, from NEMO, and several other areas coming to give the children, to bring the children up to speed on what they do in their various workplace. We also will be having, well, last year we had some 2,000 private persons coming along and making several things with the children.
Sergeant Miller said the participants will also be exposed to a wide array of musical instruments and that the program will greatly assist those wishing to study music.
Instruments such as the clarinet, saxophone, both tenor and alto saxophone, side drums, trombones, flute, the drum set, French horn, recorder, keyboard, and of course the steel band, which has become a very integral part of the police band. Objectives here are, by participating in this program, students will gain further knowledge in the particular areas of music. Information that will help them. Music is a subject that is being taught in school, and this program will afford them valuable knowledge in preparing them for the exams to the Royal School of Music.
The police sergeant said the program targets children from 9 to 15 years old and the force is happy to assist with the development of the nation's children.
This program is one of the most anticipated programs throughout St. Vincent and the Grenadines, summer program throughout St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I don't want the Coast Guard to feel jealous, but I'm saying it. Because I know they'll be having their program as well. And the Pan Against Crime. I'm sorry I blew my trumpet, but between 8 o'clock this morning to the time I got here, I received about 50 phone calls for persons looking for forms for the program. So it's well anticipated, and we, the members of the police band, we are eager and willing and ready to impart onto our young children from the ability that God has blessed us with. And I want to take this opportunity as well to thank the Commissioner of Police for giving us the go ahead to stage this program.